if you maintain your focus, know what you want, you will achieve. Kumbe, what you need is people. Just need to know people, interact with people to be able to grow. So that is where opportunities are.
Hi guys, welcome back again to Kinlak Nafasi Media. And remember guys, I will be your host Kinlak Nafasi. Leo tuko maeneo ya Buffalo Mall, and we have a guest, an amazing guest. Nimekuwa nikiadmire her journey for the longest time, and today guys, we're going to get to know more about her. Alafu atatuambia kinye anafanya, everything about her. Karibu sana. Mambo?
Poa sana.
Uko poa?
Kabisa, and it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Mimi nakujua, si ndio? Lakini my viewers hawakujui. Kindly introduce yourself.
Sawa, asante. Mimi naitwa Ruth Muthoni Ndungu. I'm a resident of Naivasha, and I'm proud to be a resident of Nakuru City.
Ruth. Kuna watu wajui Ruth anafanyanga nini, wanakuona town, wanakuona kwa street, wajui huyu mtu, what exactly does she do?
Ruth anafanya mambo mingi, na kwa hayo mingi ni machache. Ya kwanza, Ruth ni mfanyabiashara. I am into supplies, trainings, and soon venture into export. Beside that, I am into community work. I have an organization called Palliative Care Foundation, where I try to meet the needs of parents living with kids, living with kids with disability, and more so the severe cases. I've also partnered with Limau Cancer Connection for cancer warriors who have survived cancer. And yeah, I love community work. I'm also a champion of SGBV in Naivasha and also in Nakuru County as a large.
When you say you supply, you're a supplier. Can you at least explain to us what do you supply? Nimesikia mambo ya export. Kuna mtu ajui what are you exporting? You just let us know.
Siri za nyuma ya hema za export sitoi saizi, lakini kwa supplies means if you need anything in terms of vegetables, food stuff basically, and stationaries, and also like a service provider. And when I say trainings, I do place-based leadership trainings, thanks to Midrift, and leadership trainings and entrepreneurship trainings for youth and women. And this was inspired by joining an organization called Toastmasters International, where we learn leadership skills. And that is how I was able to get into trainings. Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for supplies. I started in 2018. Not 2018, 2009. Yes. And because formerly I was a hotelier. That was my profession, but unfortunately profession by circumstance, not my choice, not by passion. And so after that, that's when I when I resigned into hotel industry, that's when I decided to do supplies. And then the trainings I started in 2014. Yes. And still the journey of taking care of kids living with disabilities and their families also started in 2014, inspired by my own handsome boy. Yes.
You have a boy?
A very handsome boy. So if you have a young girl, the next 5 years we can start discussing on getting you a husband, on a light note, because he's very handsome. Yes.
So would like to know, what exactly do you supply? Nini una supply sana huku nje, kwa sababu kuna mtu anaweza kuwa anataka certain kitu na hajui ni nini exactly. When you say supply, you can explain kidogo.
More of food stuff. Sababu why I chose 80% food stuff is that People have to eat. Institutions have to eat. And so when I mean supplies, it's in schools, some hotels, and some organizations. Yes. So basically 80% is food stuff, but now the stationery is 20% because again, you get to a point where companies know where to get these things. But for food stuff, not everybody is a farmer. Yes.
And maybe kama mimi nataka kuanza biashara ya supplies, like roughly how much do I need?
You don't need much. You only need to know what you want to supply, get the needs in the market. Then you can start from there because mtu huanza kujijenga kidogo kidogo. For example, if I own a hotel, what is used in a hotel? All types of vegetables. So when you approach that hotel looking for an opportunity or a tender, then basically is now for you to go and source. Na pesa nile uko nao kwa mfuko. Na ukiona order ni kubwa, you can always get to either, what do you call this, financial institutions, or even the person who is giving the order. There's a down payment that you can agree upon. Me, I started with a down payment. That the condition is I need 30% or 60% down payment. When I supply, you have 30 days to clear my balance. Yeah.
Very, very few people know your position pale kwa chamber. We have a position hapo yenye inasaidia sana biashara. You can explain to us.
All right. Basically, I'm the vice chair for Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Nakuru County. And briefly, I'll explain how the chamber works. It's an international organization and also local organization. Let me start with international because we are in 170-something countries, but we're also in the 47 counties. And in the simplest way I can explain chamber, it's a business club where so long as you're doing business, you qualify to become a member. And its membership is
any business.
Any business, even if you're a hawker. Of course, let's business ya wizi hapana. But of course, if you're doing business, legit business, however small, however big, you qualify to be a member. And I'll touch on maybe 4 or 5 areas where we focus on. Once you are a member, the services you expect to receive from us is one of the major one is advocacy. A lot of businesses go through a lot of things, but they don't know where to go or who to talk to. And at times when you're approaching either the government or the what do you call them? These government institutions for maybe to complain, you might be victimized. So chamber helps in terms of advocacy. And I'll give an example. Advocacy is in so many ways. You don't have to go fighting. You can do amicably, sit down and discuss and agree on how the terms of operations. So recently we sat down and agreed with Nakuru County that with the current state of economy, we need to support the businesses in terms of paying licenses, and there's a room for installment payment, which is now starting to work. The other thing is linkages. We've been talking about business opportunities. You're asking what I'm doing. I learned that when I started doing things to do with chamber. I've gotten some clients through the same platform. So if I know what you're doing and you're a member, I would link you to opportunities, or when we have meetings, you'll be able to get to some networks. The other thing is trade facilitation, either locally, inter-county, East Africa, international. We are able to do trade missions where you get to meet business people who are doing the same business you're doing, or looking for a market of what you have, or looking for a product that you would want to bring or to supply. Let me use the same word, supplies. The other thing is trainings, which we don't do them directly, but we partner within our directors or within the other counties, and we offer trainings which are in line with businesses for youth, women, and persons living with disability, and basically the entire membership which is in business. At times people mistake chamber to be an NGO. We are not a non-governmental organization in terms of giving funds and all that. I'm saying this because people have seen programs that have come up that are supporting businesses in terms of giving finance. We partner with other organizations or other institutions, and we make these things we call MOUs, that we have members and they need support. And because we have quite a good number, we can be able to negotiate the interest rate and all that. So we link members to their financial opportunities.
Before you continue, how do I join, first of all? How do I join KNCCI?
You only pay membership.
How much?
The lowest is 1,500 per year, because it's an annual subscription fee. So which means the lowest is 1,500. Those ones are the ones you call hawkers, mama mboga, the ones who are still starting up, like startup people. The next category is 5,500, which I give an example with you have a kiosk, a shop, you're someone who is trying to grow. And then the next category is a sole proprietor. You have a registered business name. Now that goes from 14,000. We are going to up to 100,000. For a platinum member at the county level is 100,000. And this fee is renewable every year. The same month you paid is the same month you are going to renew. And the membership is basically to facilitate you to get information and support that you need. Yes.
Maybe your journey towards where you are, your position. Unaweza tuambia wewe ulifika aje hapo, na sisi wenye tunataka kukua in such a position, how do we get there?
It takes dedication and commitment na uamue. Hii si kitu inataka mtu wa ku give up, because as much as it doesn't look like politics, at times it can be political, because you vying for a seat that is elective. And so how I got there, I joined Chamber as a member, supported my former chairman, and in the process I learned. And why I got more interested, we plan for B2B forums, that is business to business forums. And these are networking opportunities. And that's how I got to learn, hey, kumbe what you need is people. Just need to know people, interact with people to be able to grow. Because that is where opportunities are. And so I got inspired and I decided, why not try a position that I can also have a voice and I can also carry people to speak for them.
How long was that?
3 years.
You've been vice chair for the...
I've been a program officer before. Okay. And I served for 3 years. And then last year, I'm barely 6 or 7 months in office. Was elected in May.
How is the experience now that you have a bigger position?
It is tough because you are more engaged by the people. Their needs to be addressed. You also need to do a lot of research of what is going on in the market, get to know the challenges that the business community is going through. You have a lot of tasks to find out opportunities, because what members are looking for is value. And what value are we giving? Information, sharing opportunities, giving them a platform where they can speak out, give them a platform where they can interact and exchange ideas and exchange businesses. So it's quite a lot of work.
Maybe you can tell us what are the challenges zenye wewe una face kwa kazi yako, pia tuelewe. Unajua maybe mtu anakuona anajui the process, the hard times, anaona tu smile yako.
The challenges are, one, people think that it's a full-time job, that I must be there full-time to take care of their issues. But I tell people this is a collective responsibility. It's only that I've been put into a position where now I am the spokesperson. But whatever issues that we address are collective, because how can I go and speak for you if you've not shared your challenge? How can I give you an opportunity if you have not presented the interest? So it's a collective responsibility. So in simple terms, Chamber is a club, a business club. Just like you can join any other club. Watu wanakutana football clubs, wanakutana nini. So for Chamber is a club where business people meet to interact, to share opportunities, to share businesses, and to make money. So one of the challenges is thinking that I'm a full-time employee of the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce. I'm not a full-time employee. As you hear, I'm also in business. So I also need time for my business. Two, there are people who will call you with issues totally not in line with business. And like I said, mistaking chamber to be an NGO. My mtoto wangu amefukuzwa school fees. But again, that one comes because I started from the community level. So interacting with the community, people think now you have a position that you can be able to even sponsor school fees. Wamepata sponsor.
Hawa wanabiashara wenye wanafaa waingie kwa your club, how do they benefit exactly from KNCCI?
I started by saying, when you join, expectations zako ni za you've been given a platform to come and meet the people who are doing business like you. So one of the benefits that you get, you will be able to understand the market, you will get linkages, you will get information, you will get discounted rates. In some chambers have discounted rates. For example, if you're traveling outside and you want a visa because you're going for business, you get an introduction or letter to say where you're going and what for what purpose. So if it's business, you have an opportunity to travel for business without stress. Two, there are chambers where we have negotiated in terms of goods. If you want to export or import, there's what do you call this? There's an agreement that you've made with these organization or institutions where you get discounts. At times you'll get even flight discounts when you're going as a group. There are people who have never even traveled to Mombasa. We're in Nakuru, there's someone who has not been to Mombasa. We organize for a trip for you to go, and not just tour, but you're going for business. Tour that is combined with business. So there are so many things that you can get in between. And for example, not everybody reads newspaper. But with us, we are able to know how the market looks like today, and we are able to share. And we tell people it's very simple. When you become a member, don't just sit back and watch. What are you watching? Who is doing everything for you? When you're called upon, show up. There's a breakfast meeting. We don't charge you to come for a breakfast meeting. Come and hear what we have. Come and interact with people. Ask questions. Tell us what you do so that we're able to link you with an opportunity that is there. Because whatever we have as an opportunity, we'll share. But we don't know what you're looking for unless you tell us.
I'm wondering, like roughly how many members do you have?
Like for Nakuru County, we are more than 5,000.
5,000, Nakuru County.
Which we are still recruiting because it's a day-to-day activity. Today, we are mengia kesho. So roughly you would find, for the last 6 months, we can say we are headed to 5,000. Yeah. And people are still joining because every day there are opportunities, they would see this, and people will still keep joining.
Sasa mtu mwenye ako pale nje anataka kujoin, atajoin vipi?
Tuko na ofisi yetu, ofisi yetu iko Nakuru, ASK Showground. Contacts are everywhere. You can reach out to us. We have a website, www.nakuruchamber. I don't remember the other part, but I'll share. So we'll share our contacts with you, but we are available and we are reachable. And our membership is just a matter of paying to the account. You get a receipt, you get a certificate, and that's it. And you become a member. Haina madagodanyo mingi.
Back to community work. Nimekuwa nikikuona, in fact you started with community work, si ndio? And kidogo community work imekuwa ndani yako sana. So sijui kama sasa umepunguza ama umewacha.
Sijapunguza. And I know people can attest to this because sometimes watu wanasemaga alishapata cheo ashikagi simu. It reached a point where my family and friends are complaining that you can't even have a discussion for 10 minutes before simu yangu ilie. So that means I have not detached from community. And for those who are within my reach can attest to this. Like I said, you still find people telling you, how do I get bursary? How do I get this? How do I get this? And we are there to give information. So personally, I have not detached from community.
I am wondering, what inspired you to start community work? You know, it is not easy. Nini ilikufanya ukakuwa you're so enthusiastic about kusaidia watu kwa community? Ukipata mtu ako na shida, you make sure ako sawa.
I'll share briefly, but that's a story for another day because now you're getting into my history, my personal history life. But growing up without parents, it took the hand of God for you to get people to help you. And that is what I think inspired me. Being a responsible person at a young age. I have siblings to raise, I have a son, and I got a helping hand from people. And most of them, 80% actually, are not even family members. Even strangers would help me out. And so growing up in that kind of hard life, I would not want to see people suffer. I keep saying I would not want anyone to go through what I went through. But again, it also depends with the effort of the other person, because again, you can't depend on handout every now and then. So for me, that is what drove into community work. So you'd find me, doing a lot, giving food stuff. Kidogo yenye niko now I share. In my own house, I don't think there's a day that I've eaten alone. The minimum plates on my dining table every day are 10. So that means it's something that is in me. And again, I would say maybe it's a call. I just have a heart to help. And then the passion and the drive to community again grew when I raised a son with dyslexia, which is a condition. So that again pushed me to get to know more. What is this? What is disability? What does it entail? How many types of disabilities are there? So again, that's a story for another day to talk about areas of support in terms of disability kids. So community is in me. It's passion.
So I am wondering, in the next 10 to 5 years, where do you see yourself?
Very far. But that's my vision.
You'll still be doing community work?
Yes. Every journey begins with a step. Taratibu, tutafika. And you see, I have started from somewhere. So I see myself having, number one, I'm looking into building the foundation seriously this year, because I've seen the challenges that some parents go through. So there's something coming up, which I will share soon. And apart from that, I would want to hold the hand of many women, youth, people living with disability. Basically, raise people. As I'm rising, I also need to raise others. If I'm successful in business, I don't mind sharing opportunities. And this one I've learned from some of my friends. There are people who are not selfish. They would share, because if my line is training, why would I deny you an opportunity where I see there's an opportunity in medical? I'm not a medic. So for me is to see that as I move, there are people who are moving behind me. Because again, I say, if you move alone, by the time unafika pale juu, hitting back, utakosa mtu wa kukushikilia. But if you're moving with people, you will not fall. Yes.
In our special interview, we always have a session enye we encourage people. Kama kuna mtu pale nje anapitia difficulty, wewe tunakupea chance, you encourage someone. So today is your opportunity. Encourage someone mwenye anapitia maisha magumu sahi, maybe anataka ku give up, lakini leo atapata word of encouragement from you.
And this is what I would say. In life, there's always somewhere to begin. Now, if you've not started something, start. Doesn't matter how small, just start it. And as you start, some people don't make it because they focus on what others are saying. Some of my friends call me don't care, but it has really helped me. Whatever you say about me, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I want to focus on my goal. It's about where am I going? Hurdles will be there. Criticism will be there. Friends will bring you down in many ways, and there are some who will still hold your hand. But if you maintain your focus, know what you want, you will achieve. It's not about money. Money basically comes last. What you need is an idea. An idea will lead you to an opportunity, and the opportunity will lead you to the finance. Yes.
Guys, that was Ruth. I've learned a lot from you. Na umesema tusiangalie criticism, tusiangalie kitu yoyote, just start.
There are people, no matter what you do, they will always talk. We kuwa mzuri, wataongea. Kuwa mbaya, wataongea. So you just focus.
Just focus. And thank you for allowing us to interview you. I hope I'll host you next time pia. Keep going. Mambo ya community, you are very good at that. Keep doing that. Na taratibu tutafika.
Na Mungu mbele.
Kweli. Guys, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.